Head K, Ministry of Education, Mr. Patrick Tay.
Sir, I beg to move that the total sum to be allocated for Head K of the estimates be reduced by $100. Sir, with the half-life of skills shortening in an increasingly disruptive, transformative, highly unpredictable and uncertain world and future upon us, I see an urgent imperative for Singapore to build and forge even more future-ready and future-proof education system. One that encourages a learning continuum where our education system and the CET ecosystem, our teachers and adult educators, our students and adult learners are seamlessly aligned and well connected to be best prepared for the future of skills, jobs, education and training. Implementing lifelong learning will require more than expanding opportunities for adult learning. Lifelong learning will push systems to fundamentally rethink the timing and sequencing of education and skills development over an individual's life course. This includes the early stages of learning from childhood and into early adulthood and beyond. Learning trajectories will become more complex for people of all ages, requiring more sophisticated support arrangements. Establishing how individuals learn best at different stages in their lives and how to distribute learning opportunities and resources over the life cycle will become key policy paradigms. We have done much over the past years in building and fortifying our education system to help ensure that each and every student has an opportunity through the provision of multiple pathways offered by our education system. Moving ahead, the challenge falls on how to match the passions and interests and aspirations of every Singaporean and to help every Singaporean to realize fully their true potential. To ensure our education system continues to be future-ready and future-proof, I opine that there should be greater synergy, collaboration, linkages and integration between the mainstream education, pre-employment training, all through to adult and worker continuing education, training and learning. In short, the entire continuum and ecosystem needs to rethink what we teach, when we teach, where we teach and how we teach. We need to better align the future of education and learning to the future of work and workplaces. This is crucial if we want to truly embrace the love of learning and lifelong learning. The old adage of learn, work and retire will become passé. The next normal will be learn, work, and then perhaps retire. If I may draw on some learnings from the OECD report on future education, tomorrow's educational institutions will need to help learners to think for themselves and join others in work. Educators will need to learn to help learners develop a strong sense of right and wrong and sensitivity to the claims that others make. Individuals will need to learn to live with themselves, with others, and with the planet. At work, at home, and in the community, people will need a deep understanding of how others think, whether as scientists or artists, and how others live in different cultures and traditions. Technology is also creating new alternative channels for human learning outside of institutional frameworks. Isolated time and space for learning was necessary when teachers and resources were scarce. But the ubiquity of opportunities will allow learning to move beyond its institutional confinement. Enhanced by technology, learning will gradually flow to informal contexts and move beyond age-defined limitations. We will shift from qualification-oriented attainment upfront to a new distribution of learning and skills development. Technology can support both learning throughout life as well as ways to recognize such learning. Moving learning out of its institutional and age-related barriers will create important public policy challenges, requiring the development of new partnerships to support learning with innovative arrangements on both the supply and demand side. Teachers in our schools and educators in our institutes of higher learning, including in the PEIs and CET centres, have undergone much change and have had to grapple with the many exacting requirements. I'm particularly concerned with the mental well-being of our teachers as well as adult educators in light of such curveballs constantly hurled at them and having had to cope with the demands and expectations of students, learners, the administration as well as parents, etc. I therefore urge MOE to embark on an in-depth study and survey of our teachers and educators together with our tripartite partners to better assess the current state of stress, mental health and wellness of our education fraternity so that better interventions and support can be provided for them in their teaching journey. In a similar vein, the future of teaching is fraught with new challenges. The age-old one-size-fits-all teaching method has long been outgrown, with the focus moving on to catering teaching methods to different styles of learners. Educators also need to not just use technology, but make use of the right technology. Classroom management and curriculum will also need to keep pace with changes across industries, including a need to foster a global mindset in today's students. To keep pace and stay abreast of what's happening across industries and sectors, I suggest that MOE allow our teachers and adult educators an opportunity to take sabbaticals and industry attachments, including secondments outside of MOE and the private sector, for an extended period of time so that they can translate their learnings and experiences in their teachings when they return back to the education space. For our students, classrooms will continue to move towards being paperless and more computer-based. Coaching and mentoring will become more important. Though the students will incorporate much independence into their learning process, mentoring will become fundamental to our student and learner success. As such, more resources should be dedicated by MOE to this function, which actually integrates neatly with early career guidance, which I submit we can do more of and better in across the board. On the adult learner front, NTUC recently embarked on a study with 564 business leaders across industries looking into how CET can be enhanced to upskill our workers to meet the needs of today's and tomorrow's labour market. The 5 key findings revealed: 1. Skills mismatch continues to be the most prevalent form of mismatch. 2. The top 5 transferable skills sought after by business leaders are adaptability, customer orientation, communication, problem solving, and collaboration. 3. Only 50.9% of business leaders have sent their workers for training in the past 6 months. Out of those business leaders who send workers for training, only 33.6% of their workforce actually attended training. 4. Workers with skills gaps are not the top priority for training as compared to workers with higher potential. And the 5th, majority of the business leaders are reported to have observed positive changes in their workers post-training. In conclusion, it is therefore submitted that to succeed in CET for adult learners and workers, it has to be in collaboration with our tripartite partners and a multi-stakeholder approach. We need to promote more equal distribution of training opportunities for workers, with the $100 million announced at Budget 2022 to support the labour movement in our company training committees formation, and CET, MOE and Skills Future can now leverage on NTUC's training and placement ecosystem as a strategic partner to drive the CET agenda for workers and adult learners. Thank you.